Howdy folks, it's Alter and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm getting started right away on this live stream because I know basically all of you watching are watching a rebroadcast. Those of you who are live later on, you're not hearing me say this, but thank you for watching. And those of you watching the rebroadcast, welcome. So today we're going to do a bush trip. New Zealand bush trip. My wife is in Mexico this week and the kids are in school, so I'm home alone and I got a bunch of chores done over the weekend. So I'm like, all right, might as well live stream this week. So here we are live streaming. I may live stream more. I may just live stream this. I don't actually know yet. We'll have to see how I feel. But we're going to start with the simplest, or not the simplest, the shortest of the three New Zealand World Update bush trips. It's going to be this one right here, the New Zealand Historic Flight, hence the name of the video. It's flying the DC-3, which we have flown a few times before, and I've been fine landing it and flying it. It's not as scary as it seems. I plan to learn it even more in the future, but we only have to land 3 times. Hopefully we don't crash any of those 3 times. This is going to say hour and a half here. Expect it to be 2 hours. I'm going to try to get through the whole stream in one go here. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see. In fact, because this is a live stream, I have mom friends texting me, and yeah. Well, I'm going to text them back super fast. Sorry for those of you watching, but this is just something I would normally edit out. Okay, just texting my mom friends back. Okay, cool. So here we go from Hokitika to Wellington International overall, but we get to land there. That looks like a nice, easy runway to land on. That one's even easier to land on, and that one's even easier to land on. So we should be okay in this plane. If not, we'll just have to go back to a waypoint. If we crash, hopefully we don't crash. All right, so here we go. What are we going to do here? Let's read quickly. Again, most of you are watching this as a rebroadcast, so let me just pretend I'm making a video, I guess, without editing out the embarrassing parts. The golden age of flight, the period of aviation history that spanned from the mid-20s to the 30s, witnessed great strides in aircraft technology and countless record-setting feats of speed, altitude, and distance. It was also a time of extensive development of airline routes through the world, including New Zealand. Air Travel, New Zealand Limited, New Zealand's first airline, took to the southern skies for the first time in 1934. The operation pioneered air routes on the west coast of the South Island to serve isolated communities with mail, cargo, and passenger service. The first of these routes connected locations on the northern west coast of the South Island of the Cook Strait, which separates the country's North Island from its South Island. This route included in New Zealand's capital city of Wellington, located on the southern extremity of the Northern Island. In 1947, the route was taken over by New Zealand's National Airways Corporation. NAC flew the line using a number of different aircraft for the first few years operating the route. In the spring of '52, NAC began flying the route with the Douglas DC-3 and it kept the airline online for nearly 2 decades, finally phasing out in 1970. The iconic DC-3 became a daily sight to the people of the communities it served throughout the years. Today, while the locations along the route have grown, the scenes from the air remain much the same as they did decades past when the DC-3 roared between destinations along the line. Okay, so there you go. Thanks for letting me read that to you, I guess. It's been a long time since I've read to people. I think that's it. That's all we need to do, right? We already talked about everything we need to talk about, so let's get going, hit continue. Make sure all of my controls are forward, except the throttle. So it looks like we're in the South Island. And where's my mouse? And we're going to head to the North Island. Alrighty, cool. As this is loading, I'm going to respond to some people. Someone's asking what I'm doing. The tall turtle. Sorry, I'm quiet. I know this is a live stream, but it's also a live stream. All right. Let it do its overview thing here. And hit ready to fly. And are my presets all good? Yes, they are. Okay, we'll read about that stuff in a second. Go over my presets because it's been a long freaking time. Ooh, looks like my microphone might be peaking here. Let me move my microphone away from my mouth a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's preset 1, 2. This looks very cartoonish. I just upgraded my NVIDIA drivers. Those of you who don't know, today, March 7th at 8 a.m. my time zone, NVIDIA released a driver that's an extremely important update. There was a huge bug that caused it to fail if you quit a game and try to restart a game without restarting your computer. So big deal. So you're watching, have NVIDIA. If you don't like updating your drivers, you should. Very important to update your video drivers today. All right. Anyway, so it looks cartoonish. I don't know if it's just me or if it's the video update, but this looks really cartoonish to me. Oh, I'm also streaming in 1440p now because my new internet, I've got fiber, I got 1,000 upload speed. So I'm streaming in 1440, so that's native resolution to me. I know for some of my viewers, if that's too much to watch, then you can reduce the resolution on YouTube. Otherwise, let's see here, a few more things going on. Yeah, this is your auto thing. Man, this looks so cartoonish. What the heck? Is it an update in Microsoft Flight Simulator, or is it an update because my video drivers or what? But this is hokey. Is that an appropriate word? Can you say hokey these days? Let's check the drone. Actually, I want to check make sure my rudders work, and they do. Good. Pop out here. All right, just like in the videos, we're gonna have a look around first before we take off. Whoa, this is smooth. Wow, this is awesome. Don't know how smooth it is for you, but this is smooth. Looks somewhat post-apocalyptic, but maybe it'll get better. Look at those mountains, though. I want to go to New Zealand so badly. I just haven't had time. My wife is sending me pictures from Mexico of Checo, Formula 1 driver from Mexico. That's awesome. Alrighty, but I need to focus on my live stream, and I have viewers watching this in the future. It's not personal time, it's live stream time. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna check out our nav log. Okay, cool. Quick flight. I'm spending more time talking than it's gonna be to fly. We got a lot of waypoints very close together here, so we will read as we go. I'm not going to read and then if I'm making a video, I'd read all this in one go, then I'd see for you, and then we'd be done, right? But because live stream, we're going to read as we go. First, we're going to take off from Hokitika Airport, the base of the operations of Air Travel New Zealand Limited for the National Airways Corporation. For this route, track the coastline to the northeast, flying just inland of the breathtaking waves of the Tasman Sea. Continue to the Taramacau River where it meets the sea. So we're going to track the coastline until it meets the sea. And then we'll read about our next waypoint. So that's 12 degrees. So let's pull up our map now. And there's the airport there. Let's do okay. Oh, well, okay. It's going to tell us where to go. Sometimes it'll tell you where to go. Sometimes it doesn't. So I guess we're just going to do that. And then we know where we are because when you load your map, you're always in the dead center. That's how you know where you are. So there we go. All right, we're going to track the coastline literally to waypoint 1, which is this little thing that sticks out. Then we'll read about waypoint 2 when we're mostly there. So 12 degrees. Very, very simple. Here's a compass right here. I think I have a compass view somewhere. Do I not? I guess I don't. Oh, golly. I like having this, but it's in my freaking way. So how do I get rid of this thing? Is it this? How do I get rid of that yoke? Hang on. I'll remember. I've gotten rid of it before. We have to get rid of it so I can see what I'm doing. See, this is stuff I normally do. It gets edited out of the video. Get rid of my yoke. I can't see anything. Excuse you. Did they like update this and now you can't get rid of the yoke? Come on. Come on. I don't want to waste anybody's time, but I can't see because I need to see this. My 6-pack is behind the yoke and I can't figure out. It used to click. Well, there was. No, yeah, right here. Nope. That clicked my radio. There we go. Oh, it's that thing. It's that little button. Okay, now I know. Alrighty, so cool. Gyro drift, barometer set, gyro drift D. Barometer set is B. And what does it say? 12 degrees. And actually flip this thing over. We're not using that. 12 degrees. Okay, are we really headed due north? No, we're not. We're headed 30 degrees. Don't I have, there it is right here. Boom. Okay, so we want to head 12. A, is that what it said? 12 degrees. All right, I have so many people texting me. Why are they texting me when I'm live streaming? Oh, brother. Okay. Anywho, we need the cowl flaps though. They need. Oh, they're already closed for us. Okay, that's fine. Flaps. Do we have flaps down? I can't tell. No, we. Oh yeah, we. Yes. No, they don't. We don't do flaps to take off in this thing. It's been a while. Bear with me. I do know how to fly this plane though. I promise. I promise. I promise. Looks like it's going to tell us where to go. Looks like we have a cheat up here if we get lost. Okay, so that's the thing about these bush trips. I'll explain once we're in the air. Parking brake off, by the way. Let's go. Well, parking brake is on now. Now it's off. Let me turn my volume down. It used to be you used to have to navigate it all by yourself. And then they started including planes where they had GPS in the plane, which was helpful, but you still had to do it, know what you're doing. Now a lot of these, they give you your route on the map. Whoa, 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 whoa. They give you your route on the map. And then, hang on, I'm concentrating, sorry. Obviously we're airborne. Oh, trim on this thing. That trim wheel is extremely important. And I thought I had a preset just for the trim wheel. Yes, I don't, okay. See? See, okay, we're gonna crash. Okay, we're gonna have to restart. I'll show you why we crashed. This happens in this plane if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, stupid. Let's just restart. Yeah, we'll restart. I'll show you what happened and what you got to be careful of. Okay, so that trim wheel in this plane is incredibly important. Come on. Come on. Because what happens, I just need to get, okay, right here. So, I thought I had a preset for this. Because you got to be ready on this trim wheel. I'll show you the HUD here. Okay, so it's in the takeoff area, but you got to be ready to move it. So if you go like, trim forward, it's down. So you can do that whole thing in one go. Look at that. Trim back. Look at that in one go. So you need to be careful because what happens is it's trimmed up too high sometimes, and then it points up, and you stall and you crash. Okay, it's not a fault of the sim, it's the way the plane works. So you gotta be on top of it. You just gotta be on top of it. That's the only thing about this plane. Once you get it trimmed though, it's easy peasy squeezing lemons, okay? So once you get it trimmed, it's really quite easy. So let's see here. We're not taking off with flaps on this. I guess you could maybe. I just never have. So we're gonna get as much speed as we can here, and then we're gonna trim this down. So here we go. And let's see how we're doing here. There we go. See, I played with the trim, how much better that is. Nice. Let's trim it down a little bit. Now you can use your trim wheel on your yoke if you have one. Whoops. But I find that the trim wheel on the yoke is way too slow. So if I go up to this view, see 28. Look, I'm spinning like crazy. I only got 1%. So it's pointless on the yoke. So I use the trim wheel in the plane. Just do you see that wind gust? Holy guacamole. Let's get gear up. There we go, that'll help. Oh my gosh, the turbulence is ridiculous. Jeez. Holy cow. Let's get over the water as quickly as we can, or this is going to be a failure of a flight. So anyway, gears up. Flaps are already up. This turbulence is ridiculous. There's no side views here. Oh my word. And let's keep an eye on our flying, please. There we go. Man, this is windy. Hopefully I'm able to land this thing. This wind. Okay, we need to trim down. So which way is down on this? Does it go back? Let me trim it up, I mean. Yeah, it would be back. Right, there we go. There we go. Like I said, the only hard thing about this is getting the trim. Once you got it, then it's easy. And landing, even though it's a tail dragger, it's a big thing. It's not hard to land this thing. You can smack it pretty good and it'll land just fine. Okay, we're over the water. Whoa, there's turbulence. Jeez. This is nuts. Oh boy. Okay, because all the times I've flown this thing have been just fine. I thought I had an outside view to the right. I guess not on this plane, just the left. Okay, keep an eye on our speed here. I am trimming with my yoke a little bit, but it doesn't do much. So it's mostly just using the trim wheel of the plane. Alrighty, I think we're good. I think we're steady now. Maybe. And we're going to follow the coastline, because that's what it said to do. And then we will read about the next waypoint in a moment, once we get to where... Whoa, okay, trim back, please. I think you pull it back, right? Yeah. There we go. Oh boy. This thing really moves. That trim wheel. Alrighty, so normally, I'll give you sightseeing out the window, and then I would rejoin you at our waypoint. But because this is a live stream, that's not going to happen. I also don't want to be silent. I also don't want to talk too much to scare people away. I'm really having a hard time keeping this thing from bouncing around. Alright, let's see here. How come our yoke is back in? Because I crashed. There we go, thank you. Barometer, gyro drift. What are we doing? We're going pretty fast. We've got a good climb rate. And I don't know what altitude we want to go to. I don't think it says anything in the nav log about a recommended altitude. 8,000 inhabitants. I don't see anything about needing to worry about altitude. Let's see here. Let's look at our little cheaty thing here. What airport are we going to in this? WS. Well, that's the entire leg. Okay, we're going here first. Oh. Well, that's no big deal. Okay, so we never leave the coast. So we're literally taking the coast all the way to our airport. Okay, that's nice to know. Very nice to know. That makes it easier. Alright, so let's read about our next thing, because I think we're at our first waypoint already. We have to be. It's been like 8 minutes of flying. So let's look out the window if we can. While we talk, there's a river. Perfect. Perfect timing. Sometimes I feel like I know what I'm doing. There we go. There's our first waypoint. Okay, so what's next? Continue flying in the northeast, heading just inland of the shoreline. No, we're not going inland because of the turbulence. A regular stop during the early years of the route. Greymouth is the largest city in the west coast of New Zealand's South Island, with probably just over 8,000. Wait. The largest city of the west coast. I was going to say, that can't be the largest city in the South Island, 8,000. There's no way, but it's the largest city in the west coast. That makes sense. Sorry, I came back in here so I could look at my six-pack. We're still climbing, which is good. We'll like to actually level off now. What are we at? We're at almost 7,000 feet. Yeah, let's level off. So let's trim this way a little bit. There we go. Keep an eye on that altimeter. Keep an eye on our speed. Just going to trim down. I'm going to give them Q throttles firewalled. Trim down. There we go. Just going to go haywire for a little bit, so just be careful. Just be careful. Okay. So that's only 2 minutes away, so we're going to look for a city, which I think is right here. I think we'll look outside in a minute. I'm pretty sure it's right there. Then after that, which is even closer, is Rananga. Continuing to the northeast, passing over the Grey River, and then parallel a rail line. Staying just to the rail line's west, which yes we will, because we're not going over the mountains. We're going to stay here on the coast. Look for a small town that grew due to the local mining industry. Okay, so let's head over here. There's that. Okay, so there's our big town. The 8,000 person town. There we go. Right here, and then there's a small town up in these mountains just a minute away. So there's this big town here, small town is probably there, and then we'll read about the next greatest thing. Let's hop outside, and let's see what's going on. What do we got? What do we got here? This tells us we're still doing the right thing, which of course we are. I'm not worried about that. I know how to navigate. We are clear above the mountains at 7,600 feet. We do not need to keep climbing. I'm going to trim down with the yoke ever so slightly, even though it barely works. You know, we're just flying steady. Our speed is good. We can stay firewalled at this altitude. We're not going to climb any higher. Landing this thing, it's been a very, very long time. I've never crashed it though. Never say never. But I've never crashed it. Hopefully it'll be okay. I should have done some practice runs, probably some practice landings, but I didn't. Oh dear, that's a weird view here. Ooh, there's a great thumbnail for the. No, I don't have a thumbnail thing. I can take a thumbnail from the video though, and then I can. Stick that in the thumbnail later. I am flying by hand, obviously, autopilot, and I am flying right now in drone view. So if you're in drone view, you can hit C on your keyboard, which will change camera, which means back to the airplane, controlling the airplane. And then you hit C again to control the camera, which will be controlling the drone. So I am able to control this from this view. Let's go back to camera though. Whoops, hit too many things and go like this, because that looks freaking amazing. Hit C again so I can control the airplane. See, look at those snow-capped mountains. So there's one bush trip that goes around the South Island and another goes around the North Island. I don't know if I'm going to live stream those or if I'm just going to make videos out of those. Yeah, just watch the channel for that. For watching this replay, please subscribe so you know when those other bush trips go live. If you already subscribed, thank you. Make sure you leave a like so people know we exist. Excuse me, I clear my throat. I'm getting a lot of comments lately that no one's really going through all the bush trips like this. So I've been reading that is very appreciated that I'm doing it. Either for those who don't have access to the sim or those who need some assistance. And those super long missions from the 40th anniversary with through St. Louis, very few people are doing those, and I got a lot of compliments and comments on those videos, so thank you for that. So my point being, leave a like so people know we exist. That's what I'm trying to say. What are we at now? We've climbed pretty high, haven't we? We're at 9,000 feet. We do not need to be this high, but we'll stay here. It seems to be happy here. Let's turn down a little bit because we're still climbing. The wheel here. There we go. Alrighty, just don't want to exceed the speed, which it says is about 180. No, okay, that's miles. Okay, knots 180 miles per hour. I don't know what would that be, miles per hour. Kilometers 350. We're almost there now, so maybe let's say 200. We don't want to exceed 200 miles per hour, which we almost are. So we'll actually trim up and then bring the throttles back a little bit so we don't overspeed. There we go. Whoop, made two adjustments at the same time. Naughty. Don't do that. Oh yeah, this is a plane that really descends when you bring back throttles. Anywho, I'm pretty sure we're well beyond our waypoint we were reading about. So let's see if we can gaze out the window while we read about what's next. Bring us back a little bit towards shore. Okay, so Runga, we went way past Runga. I know that was a long time ago. Berrytown, I'm sure we passed that. That's a regional gold rush in the 1860s. I'm sure that's behind us now, sorry. The next point is Pirikura Beach. I'm sure we've passed that because we were talking too much. Panakaiki, parallel to the coast, flying over the river and then past the inland of Dolomite Point. Just past Dolomite Point lies Punakaina, a town surrounded by a number of natural sites, popular tourists, including forts and sea cliffs. We probably passed that, but I'll check in a moment. Then there's the Fox River, which lies inland of the Tasman Sea, continuing northeast, passing the inland dramatic coastal forms, including the perpendicular point, named due to its vertical cliffs. Keep an eye on our six-pack here. What do we got going on? We're moving pretty fast. Yeah, we're climbing again. We're at 9,400 feet. See, I brought back throttles and it adjusted, slowed us down, but it climbed us anyway. Okay, so there's a lagoon, perpendicular point, named because of its vertical cliffs. Bays just past the point lies the Fox River, where it meets the Tasman Sea. Okay, so let's put that away. Let's bring this up. And we'll be in the middle. So right here is where we are. We're halfway done already with this leg. And then there's the Tasman Sea and the river. Yeah, let's see river. It could be that one. I could look on Google, but I'm not. It's probably that one. So where are we in relation to that? If we reset the map, we are. Zoom in, please. Come on. Doesn't always want to zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Come on, map. You can do it. Come on, map. Zoom in, please. Fourth floor. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we could be there. I don't know. What do we do? Ooh, our speed's getting kind of high, but we are descending, which is good. Alrighty, so looking at the beautiful, beautiful mountains. Holy moly. That's just gorgeous, isn't it? There's our beach. I feel badly not knowing whoop. Wrong button on the keyboard. I feel badly not knowing exactly where we are in terms of the waypoints and things. I just know that we're flying along the coast until we get to our airport, which is right up here. I can already tell because there's a thing that sticks out and then it comes in. So our airport's right up here already. So we're probably way further in the nav log than I thought. But that's okay because it's a beautiful flight and we are enjoying the beautiful flight together. So let's just read the rest of this now. Let's see, perpendicular point, Charleston, sea cliffs, long stretches of beach, and the journey up the coastline. I think that's right up here already. Dr. Bay, Constant Bay, and Joyce Bay. Just inland of these bays lies Charleston, a town that traces roots to the gold rush. And it's still a tourist hub. Okay, a lot of gold rush stuff. Virgin Flats, that has to be this area because it's flat. See? On the journey to the coastline, up the coastline, fly out over Gentle Bay, then pass back inland. See, these are all the bays they're talking about. And then there's your Virgin Flat, because it's flat land. And then the airport, right on the water. It lies on Carter's Beach, just west of the juncture of the Buller River and the Tasman Sea. The airport was an integral part of the route flown by the DC-3 throughout its tenure on the line. So we're done with the nav log. Now we're just going to look for this airport. We are really, really high still. Let's bring throttles back so we descend. I can also bring trim back so we slow down. That'll hunt for a slower speed by pointing up, but then we'll bring throttles back so we don't actually go up. So now we'll come down and slow down at the same time. See, we're coming down and we're slowing down. So again, I trim back to slow us down because it hunts for a slower speed. And then I brought throttles back to descend. Now we're descending too quickly, so I'm going to give a little bit more throttle so we don't exceed about 800 feet per minute. That's just my choosing. It's arbitrary. So we have to come down a lot because to go to sea level. We have to come down 8,500 feet and we have to slow down. And we'll use probably full flap. Okay, time to look for airport. I think I saw a flash. I think. Of a beacon? Maybe not. What's it looking like here? Oh boy, let's not slow down or come down that fast. We're in the middle and it cuts out and there's should be an airport there somewhere. Or is it, or are we not as far, or is this? Maybe it's not here yet. Am I ahead of myself here? I guess maybe this is this, and actually we're not as far as we want. Doesn't really matter, but should be close. I mean, it's how long is the leg supposed to be? Half an hour? 20 minutes, and how long have we been flying? Where's my counter? We've been flying about 18 minutes, so... Actually, yeah, no, look at... There's the little bumps and there are little bumps. Yeah, no, this is right, because look, this cuts in, right? And then there's two little bumps and two little bumps. So either this is our airport up here somewhere. No, because see that lake is this lake. No, this is it, because there's that lake right there. See the little thing sticking out? There's a thing sticking out. We got two little bumps. Whoops. And here are two little bumps. Yeah, so airport's right up here. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy at all. Right? Okie dokie. Let's manage our aircraft. So let's keep coming down. So throttle's back. We'll keep our speed up for now, though. Just for now. And then we will Coming in land, there's a road going into the mountain. That is very cool. I've already decided, I think, that the next two bush trips will be recorded and not live streamed, because one is 3.5 hours and the other is 5.5 hours. So the 5.5 hour will take me about 7 hours. The 3.5 hour will take me at least 4. So I think about live streaming them in like 2 groups, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to record them during my vacation here, my staycation. My wife is in Mexico. Kids are in school. What are we at? 8,000 feet. Feels like we're really close to the ground. But again, the area is so vast. It looks like we're only like 2,000 feet up. Oh, we're actually 8,000 feet up. Look at those mountains. But yeah, my staycation while my wife is in Mexico and the kids are in school. So, unfortunately, it took me 4 days or 5 days to settle in. There was some health issues that happened over the weekend. But I'm finally settled in. Too bad it took 3/4 of the vacation time to get settled in, but anywho, there we go. Bringing back throttles a lot now, trimming back quite a bit. Can start coming down. Gears up, of course. Flaps are up first. Now there's your gear thing. Your flaps are here. We will land full flap, I think. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember like landing speed and stuff on this thing. Okay, that looks like there's an airport there. But that can't be us, because our airport is around the corner, right? There's the things that come in. Yeah, our airport's way down around the corner. There's another bump, which is right here, I guess. And then there's a river. It's right on the river. Do we see a river yet? I don't see the river yet, but airport should be there. Hey, how are we doing? We coming down? Let's bring back throttle even more. Just be careful. Nope, I don't want to exceed 1,000 feet per minute if I can help it. Okay, let's go to the drone view super quickly. And oh boy, we're really coming down. And let's do camera so we can control it. Enjoy those mountains and how beautiful they are. Look at that, way off down there, South Island. It's gonna be so nice to do the bush trips of the islands too. And it's in like a Cessna or something. It's something that we've flown many, many times. So it'll be easy to land and fly. I just kind of want to get this one out of the way because of the plane and I don't have to worry about it. But I also wanted to live stream. There's the river there, so our airport is right, oh there it is right there, see the beacon? There's the airport, so we got a long ways to come down yet. We're at, what are we at, 6,300 feet. We're moving along at a pretty good clip. Do not lower landing flaps when airspeed exceeds 112 miles per hour. So there is our mark. No flaps and no, probably well gear we can go before that, but no flaps beyond that yellow mark. Right? Pretty standard stuff. Right, looking out here, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I guess we can give the ocean some love. Wave to Australia. Obviously can't see it. I remember when I started Flight Simulator a long time ago. I'm like, I want to fly from New Zealand to Australia in a little Cessna. I got started, 20 minutes into it. I was confused why I couldn't see Australia. Then I checked out the airliners. It's like a 3-hour flight in an airliner from New Zealand to Australia. It's not a puddle jump. I think it's like 3 and some hours. I can't. I could be very, very wrong. But oh, okay, there's a runway and there's a beacon. Obviously, we're way too high. And let's bring back throttles. Oh, that was a landing gear horn. When you bring back throttles, it warns you that your landing gear isn't down. We're probably gonna have to spiral. I think the runway's right there. I don't think we're going to make this. Is that the runway? I don't know if that's the runway. I don't know, we'll find out when we get there. I swear that's the, yeah, there's the river, and it's right before the river. I mean, we're too high anyway, so we're going to have to circle around anyway, but, I just thought that's kind of amusing. Okay, I got to bring back my trim, because I'm holding my yoke way too hard. There we go. Let's bring up the map for a second. Ooh, what are we at now? 4,000 feet. Good. We're coming up pretty well, pretty quickly here. I mean, there's this. Yeah, that should be the runway, like right there, right? I think so. I see the beacon. I'm just trying to get the orientation on the right. Do you think we can make this? I think we're too fast. I know we're listening to the horn. I'll get geared down in a second. I just don't want to, well, okay, let's just get out. Where's the horn stopping? Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we're not going to make that. There's no way. Because even if we do get down, I think we're going to go too fast. We're going to try. We'll see if we can land. Oof. What are we at? 3,000 feet? Maybe we can. Am I in the right window? Yep. Barometer. Whoa! There's the dang turbulence I was talking about when we took off. Barometer. Gyro drift. Let's bring gear down. I don't think we're going too fast for gear. I think we're good for gear. That'll drag us down too. We're too fast for flaps. Oh my gosh, this turbulence. Oh, I hope we can land this. If we do have to go back to the previous waypoint, it's only like a minute away. But that's only if I went over the waypoint. Oh boy. Oh boy. At least they give you that option now. It used to be if you crashed, you had to start the whole leg over. Or when they first introduced the waypoint thing, it would start you at the waypoint, but it would be on the ground. And you could never take off, so you'd have to redo it anyway. Oh, we might make it. We're only 2,000 feet up. And we can do flaps in a second here. There we go, first set of flaps. Why is it doing all that? Okay, whatever, I don't care. This turbulence. Holy cow, how am I supposed to land this thing when the turbulence is this crazy? I really want to look out the window, but this is nutso. Oh, what? It's not as bad as trying to land the. Oh, my yoke just fell off my desk. Hang on. Get up. And pause. My yoke literally just fell off my desk. What the heck? It is down so tight. It can't get any tighter. What just happened? Okay, that was weird. How'd that even happen? It doesn't get any tighter. Do I need like new things on it or something? Hello? Careful, please. Oh my gosh, it fell off again. What? Why is my yoke falling off my desk when I can't get any tighter? This is awkward. Okay, we need to get level and pause again. What the heck happened to my yoke? Hang on. What in the world is going on with my yoke? Hang on, I gotta fix this here. Okay, I see what happened. The thing came out of the little thing, so they both did actually. Hang on. I think when I secured it down, there we go. Okay. There's these little guides. There's these little guides down here, and it fell out of the guide, so I was tightening the screw, but it wasn't tightening the. It's still coming out. It's as tight as it goes, man. It's still sliding around. What is going on? Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get back in my chair. I assume you can hear me. Yeah. The microphone's picking me up pretty good. Okay. Okay, that's really weird. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, here we go. Everything is out. Everything is set. I'm back in my chair. Yeah, my yoke is all... Something is weird with the feet that clamp to the desk. Or whatever. Here we go. Let's see if we can still land this thing. More flap, please. Oh, man. I mean, it doesn't help I was already nervous about landing this plane. And now... I'm bringing the arc over here. Oh, boy. And now it's doing all this crazy stuff. Okay, I don't want to land now. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've done a flight since the Spirit of St. Louis when I crashed it. So, I've been a little, yeah, no, I did the Mao route, didn't I? Yeah, I did I think that just went live, the Mao route, like a couple days ago, but I did that like 2 months ago. So, it's been like 2 months since I've landed a plane, at least. I've been playing Forza 5 this whole time. Okay, I'm out of breath because my air conditioner from climbing around under my desk. Oh my gosh, this wind, I can't, this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I was on a good track, now we're obviously way too high, so we gotta go around. Let's bring in flaps and gear, and go around. Oh my word, okay, one click and the flaps went all the way in. Okay, that was weird. Alright, let's try this again. That was very strange. Come on, gears up, flaps are up. There we go. Nice gentle turn. Get a little bit of altitude here. And regain my breath, my composure with my yoke falling off my desk. And this crazy turbulence. And I don't want to use the word anxiety because I guess the very, very mild, typical anxiety of not landing a plane for 3 months or 2 months. So let's just calm down. Doesn't look like anybody's watching live, so you're all missing this. Obviously you're watching it on the replay if you're watching, but lots of drama when you fly with the tall turtle. Is that enough room to turn around and find the airport again? Let's give ourselves a little bit more space here. Whew. See, it's under control when we're over the water. That's easy. But you get over that land and the turbulence is so ridiculous that I lost control and then my yoke came off my desk. It's still not on perfectly fine. It's as tight as it goes, but something like came off in there, something on the clamp. Not really sure what's going on. Right, gear down around the corner. First set of flap. Keep our speed down and our altitude down this time, and we'll go at it again. But you got to view a very rare tall turtle go around. A tall turtle normally doesn't go around. If this weren't a bush trip, and we're like a Cessna or something that was coming way too hot and high, I would have landed it. Even the 727 X-plane, I would have landed that, but not here. It's a little bit more serious. It keeps you a little bit more honest. Cars on the highway. My heart's going crazy. Let's try this again. Where's the airport? More flap. The airport's right there, isn't it? Oh gosh, we're too high again. It's that whole lack of peripheral vision thing. Oh man, and there's a turbulence. More flap, please. More flap. There we go. Okay. Come on. I guess I would have thought coming around the corner I'd have thought, gear down, flaps down, turbulence is ridiculous. I would have thought that coming around the corner at 1,000 feet above would have been okay, but it wasn't. Still too high, but I think we'll be good this time, as long as we can slow down. Holy cow. Nope. Nope, this isn't going to work either. I'm hoping to come in hot and level off, and then that slows us down, but I think we're way too high. Do we have reverses in this? Did reverses exist back then? Jesus. This turbulence is ridiculous. Alright, we can do it. We're going for it, even though we're really fast. Even though we're really fast. We should be at like 70 miles per hour right now. But whatever. Whatever, we're going to go for it. I'm just going to ride this out. I don't know if I have reversers or not. I don't think so. I don't think this is a turbo prop. I think it's just a prop. A really old prop. There we go. Plenty of room, right? Oh gosh, ground effects, okay. Come on, you can touch down any time now. We're down. No reversers, didn't think so. And there we go, okay. Ground loop, don't ground loop. Okay, okay, okay. Come on. We did it. There we go. That actually was not nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Once we touch down, you gonna stop? for me? Come on. There we go. Where's our save icon? There it is. Okay. Phew. First leg done. Took way long, way longer than was supposed to. I'm going to have a refreshment super fast. I don't know if I goes to listen to, but we did it. Okay, that was not as difficult as I thought it was going to be to land. That was like a greaser if I've ever seen one. Okay, let me take a quick breather here. Any moms I need to catch up with here? My texting? No. Okay. Alrighty, leg 2. Let's continue with leg 2. What's it say? Look where it put us. Look where it put us. Right on the end of the runway. So we're going to have to back taxi, take out that way, then make a U-turn. I'm not worried about the wind. There usually isn't any weather elements to worry about in bush trips. Some of them there are. The Patagonia had really strong crosswinds. You had to know how to crosswind land for that. Otherwise, doesn't really matter. Let's bring flaps in and reset the barometer. Gyro drift. Let's actually take off a little bit more. Why are the flaps doing this? Weird. Anyway, let's read about it. And then we'll back taxi. All right, half an hour, so this can take a little more than that. Denison coal mining historic area. After lifting back into the sky, fly due east and sight the town of Denison. Just to the west of the town is the coal mine historic area. Okay, so we'll head due west, 68 degrees, of course, and then we'll look for Buller River. Set a course to the east-southeast and fly over the McMackley River and then pass over a range of northeast-southwest trending peaks, including Mount Lina, 3,500 feet above sea level. So we'll maybe have to get that high. Once past the mountains, sight the Buller River as its confluence with the Deepdale River. Okay, so let's look at our map and see what they're talking about here. We're going to fly due east for a couple minutes. That'll get us here, and then we're going to go to the mountains. So we need to go about 3,500 feet. That will not be a problem. What airport are we looking for? November Sierra. Okay, so we're going to go around here. November Sierra's on the water. Pretty easy peasy. Okay, so we're going to fly up here into the mountains and we'll read about the next best thing. Let's go to our taxi view. Let's take off parking brake and let's back taxi. Perhaps. Parking brake on now. There we go. We're gonna back taxi, get a little bit of flap in there maybe. Just because it's not the longest runway in the world. And trim, we gotta fix the trim, obviously. Because right now it's gonna point us straight up. So we need to fix that. And I think this was 3 legs, right? So this is our second leg, which is penultimate leg. And then there's the third from last is antepenultimate, and the fourth from last is pre-antepenultimate. So we just did the antepenultimate leg, this is the penultimate leg, and then the last is the ultimate leg. Those words are used a lot in British English, but we never use them here in the States. But I do. I like those words. So the next bush trip that has like 15 legs, I'll be like, all right. We're at the pre-antepenultimate leg. Alrighty, we're just gonna back taxi a little bit more. Obviously, turn around. Yeah, I can't see a thing. I was gonna do something else. Oh yeah, the trim. Remind me. Whoa. Remind me. We need to set the trim. Yeah, see that flag right there. No wind. No wind to worry about. Come on, you can do this or what? Line us up. There we go. Not quite lined up, but close enough. Let's come down here and let's bring the trim up. Is it that one? Yeah, there we go. But not too much because I don't want to go straight to the sky. I'd rather have it down and have to lift the nose up than go up and then we stall and crash. So here we go. Flaps how I want them. And trim is how I want it. And we're taking off. Leg 2. That first landing was really scary, but it was fine. So it should only get better from here, I hope. Okay, there we go. It's just that you sit higher too, obviously. What? Okay. Okay. It wanted to take off. So gear coming in. Flaps coming in. Oh, that's 68 miles per hour, because it's the miles per hour on the right. 68 miles per hour with quarter flap, and we were in the air. Wow, that's actually really cool. I didn't realize it was that cool. Actually, let's go this way. It's going to be turbulent, but let's turn around this way so we can check stuff out here. Obviously, we're flying by hand. It doesn't have an autopilot. It has a gyro pilot. That's what this thing is here. Basically, it's kind of like autopilot. It holds your wings and your heading or whatever. It's not complicated to use. It's just different to use. But we're not going to use it in this bush trip at all. Look at the ships. Look at the water. We're headed for due east, which is going to be 90 degrees eventually. And then we're going right up here into the mountains. So let's get some altitude so we can clear them. And the higher up you go, the less turbulence we'll have. But we're going right there to those mountains. Bam. Alright, so here we go. Let's keep an eye on our speed. Gears up, flaps are up, everything is forward. I want to stay above 112. Whoa. And we can climb. If we have to circle to get around those mountains, we will. But otherwise, we're going to climb. And we were read about the two things, so we'll keep reading when we get to that peak right there. But I'm going to rest my talking for a minute. I don't see anybody watching live anyway, so if you're watching on a replay, well, let's not stall. See, we almost stalled. See how it goes to the left when you're about to stall. Ugh. I was going to say I don't think anybody's watching, so I was going to not talk, and those of you watching the replay, those will be a break, but a couple people just joined us, so welcome. We're on leg 2 of the Mail Run. I guess it's not a Mail Run, it's a historic flight in New Zealand. And we're trying to gain altitude here, but the turbulence is ridiculous. It's making me kind of dizzy, but we'll manage. I'm trying to get up here through these peaks, but we got thrown off because of the turbulence. And we just need to need some altitude here. Go outside for a moment, keeping an eye on things. And I think this is our peak right here at 3,500 feet, which we're well above already. If you want to cheat, you can look at this. That tells us where to go, so we stay on track. I've never needed that before though, so I don't plan to need it. Anyway, let's keep our trim. Let's trim up a little bit. Yeah, trim up a little bit. Yep. Okay. Not that much. That's too much trim up. Oh, too much. Too much. Too much. As I said on the first leg, the hard thing, the only difficult thing about flying this plane is getting the trim right. Once you do that, it's not difficult at all. All those turbulence isn't helping. And what are we at? We're at almost 6,000 feet. Yeah, we're going to climb quite a ways yet, just because I want to get rid of as much turbulence as we can. And we're stalling. You can tell because it makes a weird sound. I'm still trying to get that trim figured out. Oh my goodness. Oh, this trim is difficult on this thing. Because if you do it on the yoke, it barely responds. Like you trim forever, just get 1 or 2% change here. But if you do it in the airplane, just one little click spins it through, one little drag. Makes it go crazy. Looks like we're going down, we're actually climbing. Is that interesting? Okay, where's this peak we're supposed to be looking at here? Is it right here? There it is. There's our peak we were supposed to see. And it looks like there's some park or something, because look at that. There's a plateau with some roads. That's beautiful. Okay, see, now we're going this way, so let's trim up a little bit. There we go. We passed the waypoint because they saw the save icon. So we're on the right track. If you want to know, yep, we're exactly on the right track. Look at that purple line. We are dead on. Look at that, turtle. I know what I'm doing sometimes. Anyway, those of you watching, if you're watching, you're probably subscribed already. That's how you know we're live. But if you leave a like, that'd be appreciated so other people know we're doing this stuff. I'm getting a lot of compliments and comments because very few people do know the bush trips, and I've done them all. I'm going to keep doing them all forever until they stop doing bush trips. But we need people to know we exist. Alright, read about the next thing on the nav log as we keep an eye on our 6-pack, which is arranged differently. Maintain the course and gain visual on the confluence of the Buller River and the Hokitika River. The rural town of Merchants and lies to the southeast of this juncture. Okay. I'm going to keep reading here because we'll see it in the mountains as we go over things. After that, turn into northeast heading and follow the Buller River and State Highway 6, which parallels the river. The small town of Longford lies to the south, where the state highway makes a quick turn to the distinct turn to the east. Okay, so we'll look for a highway and then we'll follow that. And then when it turns to the east, it looks like we turn and heading that's north of due east, and the juncture of Highway 6 and the Kawatiri Highway. Okay, we'll look for that. This highway and river juncture is the location of a small settlement. Okay, so we're going to follow a road. When it turns, we're going to look for a juncture and a river, and then we'll move on to Glen Hope. Okay. Let's see here. Looking around if we can while we keep an eye on our vitals. We're at 9,200 feet. I think we're going to keep climbing a little bit more. Let's not go crazy here. That's cool. Probably gold mining stuff. But we're looking for a highway, which could be this right here. That could be our highway, and then it turns, then we look for a juncture, then we keep reading. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to rest my voice a little bit, so if I see people join, I'll talk again. Otherwise, if you're already watching, either live or on the rebroadcast, enjoy the sites a little bit. And I'll catch up to you when I'll stop talking again when we get to this highway juncture up here. And I'm going to fight this trim as much as I can. Nope. Just as I was going to stop talking, someone new joined us, so thank you very much. I'm going to rest my voice for a minute though, so enjoy the sights with the rest of us. You hear me blabbing just a little bit here. In fact, we'll use this view. Have a look there while I control the airplane from the outside. Whoa! Turbulence as we go over the next mountain crest below us here. Trying to set up some cool views while we fight with some things. Let's actually go like this. That's pretty cool. We're just about high enough now. I don't think we're going to fight turbulence too much. But it's still there. Oof, it's definitely still there. Airplane are kind of drifting to the right, I think. I think we'll be okay for now. Joined us, I'm resting my voice a little bit. I've been talking non-stop for 59 minutes and 44 seconds. So I'm just being quiet for a moment here. Whoa, why are we climbing? Oh, updraft. I'm like, why are we climbing all of a sudden? But that's fine. What are we at? 10,500 feet. That's okay. There's our river. Let's see if we can find the highway junction though. And then we'll know when we make our next turn. Ooh, there's some even taller mountains there. I wonder if we're heading that way. Let's go over this river here so we're in the right spot, and then we'll look on our VFR map. And it doesn't look like it. It looks like those mountains are probably here, and we're going to turn before them. And then head to November Sierra. I usually actually just say November Sam because the people I work with, I use phonetic alphabet because I have to, because I'm using passwords and things in very loud environments. But the problem is everybody thinks Sierra is a C, so I just say Sam and sound like an idiot, but then they know. Holy moly. Whoa. Oh, okay, sorry. I know you normally I would edit this out, but I just got an email that where I live, they got the number 2 seed in the high school boys basketball tournament, which is going to make my son absolutely thrilled. I think it's on TV in 2 weeks. Not this week and not next week is the girls, which we watch, of course. And then after that is the boys. So that's going to be exciting for my son. My son, actually, a lot of you know him because a lot of you are his friends who watch me, even though this isn't a kid's channel, but it's kid friendly. He plays basketball, and he's gone from the kid that just kind of ran around to almost the star of the team in like half of the season. I don't know what happened, but it's amazing to watch. I'm so proud of him. Yeah, he went from just running around like in the backcourt, kind of, and now he's like the star. I don't know what happened, but it's awesome. He was the star in 4th grade. We did, well, one of the 2 stars in 4th grade traveling, but then something happened and he lost all his confidence. I think they gave the ball to him for a 3-point buzzer beater and he missed and they lost the tournament or something back in like 4th grade or 5th grade, and then he lost all his confidence. Look, we're above the tree line, guys. Anything else? Why do I say guys? I never say that. Folks, we're above the tree line. Probably talking about boys basketball. Anyway, and then this year he was like, yeah, he's just kind of playing whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, he was one of the 2 stars this year. Like, he made almost every 3-pointer, and then he was driving all the time, and I don't know what happened. It was amazing. Just amazing. Makes me super emotional to think about it. He's not because he's a sport. I'm not a sports person, so even if he was drawing art and he was like featured places, I'd be just as proud. So it's just his thing is basketball, so I'm proud of him for doing well in it. Alrighty, there's rivers and some highways. Let's look outside just because it's interesting. And I think that's our turn. So let's begin our turn because we're supposed to turn along this river. So let's keep reading here. If you turn north, okay, Glen Hope will come up soon. Because yeah, we're gonna head. Yeah, here we go. 9 degrees from Kawatiri. Turn to the northeast and follow the Hope River. And State Highway 6. That's highway I was talking about, which parallels the Hope River from the small town of Glen Hope. Glen Hope, like Kawatiri, Tiri, not Tiri, is home to a small, long-defunct railway station. Jeez. I want to read about the next thing, but I want to also get our turn in place. So there's the river, Hope River. There's the highway, and then Hope or Glen something is up here. Right there, probably. Yeah, I have a really good friend named Hope. I never use the term best friend anymore as an adult because I have some very close friends and they all have different purposes and roles in my life. And so if I say one person is my best friend, it would be best friend for a specific thing, right? Does that make sense? So anyway, I have a friend named Hope. She's one of my really good friends. And I always tease her when I see stuff that says Hope in Flight Simulator. Like there's a Hope in Canada. So I flew it, sent her the link. And some of the comments said, Hope Canada is like an armpit. It's just kind of funny. She saw that comment, it's really funny. Anyway, I'm sure there's Glen something up there. Come on, 14,000 feet, sorry. Let's keep our altitude going here. Ooh, turbulence. Turbulence. All right. Yep. Save icon. So it just went over. It just went over our waypoint. When you get a save icon, you know you've just gone over a waypoint. Or yeah, waypoint. POI, point of interest. All right. So now we're gonna follow State Highway 6 in northeast direction, which you already are. Pass north of Clark Knob, 2,100 feet above sea level. Well, we're 14,000 feet above sea level, so I think we're good. Continue on northeast heading where State Highway 6 turns to the north in the river. Locate where Rainy River crosses Motupico River and follow the road to the small settlement of Ottawa. 43 degrees, we're at, where's our compass? Down here. We're still at 12, so we'll be turning soon because the river turns right under here. So let's start turning 43 degrees. And then soon after is the Waiiti River, continue northeast, passing over the river to the juncture of Stock Road and Carrot Hill River. Sight the Waiiti River in the distance and pass over it. And across the road, 29 degrees. And then staying along the highway, there's the town of Brightwater, on the banks of another river. This portion of the flight features views that have changed a little since the earliest days of this route. Okay, so everything's staying the same. Cool. And then from there, we go to the state. We're going to follow this highway all the way to the airport. Sight the bay, which is right here. You can already see it. And the city of Nelson, which lies on the shores. Nelson is the oldest town in the South Island and was a key reason for the establishment of this air route in the 30s, 1930s. Some of you might be watching this in the 2030s, for all I know. Gain a visual on Nelson Airport and bring it onto a smooth landing. Our previous landing was, our approach is rough, but our landing was actually incredibly smooth. So hopefully I can do it again. The airport is going to be out here somewhere, a little too far to tell. I should probably start descending soon so that we don't have to go around much, but at the same time the turbulence is already whack. Already. I don't know if I want to come down yet and have to do more whackness. And thank you for those watching. There have been a few of you now this for quite a while, quite a long time, so thank you very much. Feel free to chat. I assume my chat's working. Let me see. Whoa, I got it. Yeah, no one's chatting. But if you want to chat, go ahead. Crap. Wrong application. There we go. That's kind of a cool view on the cockpit. Very cool. Otherwise, we're looking for an airport. Let's see here. Wow, we've got 13 people check us out. Cool, thank you. Again, if you're watching, you probably can just subscribe so you are notified. But if you could leave a like, that'd be great so people know that we exist. If you're watching on replay, leave a like so people know we exist. Again, very few people are doing every single bush trip. So people who find me are helping others find me as well. Alright, what does our airport look like? It's literally on the water. Okay, there's two little bays sticking out here. Like a Muppet's nose hanging down. Pointing at the airport, okay. What does it look like here? Jeez, how fast are we going? Okay, yeah, I kind of figured we were going kind of fast. Let's spin the throttle so we can over speed. Oh, gall. Ugh. Turbulence. That's fine. We're like 12,000 feet above the terrain. It doesn't look like it because it's so vast, but we're actually 12. They could have said it was 2,000 feet something. No, that has to be more than 2,000 feet because look, it's above the tree line. Anyway, something up here then is 2,000 feet. So this is 2,000 feet above sea level, so we got a long ways to come down. Just keeping an eye on that speed. Let's nose, or bring it up a little bit, nose trim, so we don't overspeed. It'll hunt for slower speed that way. And then, we can hunt for slower speed by pointing up, and then we bring back throttles to descend. So see how we're descending and slowing down, kind of. Anyway, I want to get a visual on the map here. Okay, this all you're looking at here, this thing sticking out is this thing here. So where is this airport exactly? Okay, there's a huge bay, and it's like in the bay, and it should be a flight. It should be a straight approach. I can't really make out a bay within a bay. What? I don't understand. Let me reset the map. It'll put us in the middle. That's how you know where you are. Yeah, we just came over these mountains, so we're right here. Yeah. Oh, are we that far north? Whoops. Did I get really far north of our... I mean, we're going to come together in the same place. That doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to figure out is this. Maybe we're just so high. Because like all this, you can see around that corner, which would be this whole thing. What? Hang on. Why am I not able to understand what I'm looking at? What's up out here? I don't know. I mean, we're going here, right? So, because even though we're north of our track, when you look at the map, we're going to converge with where we're supposed to be. Well, that's not a problem. 13,000 feet, we got to keep coming down, man. Come on, bring back throttles. So we descend even more quickly. And let's find this airport. Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay, let me show you what we're looking at. Okay, see this thing sticking out here? I was thinking it would be this whole thing, but it's not. It's this little thing right here. This whole area here. This whole area I was zoomed in on. It's right, this little thing right here. It's because they're so high, because they're still 12,000 feet up. My goodness, this really I thought it was even more. Just above the horn sound. There we go. Okay, I get it. So I thought this area was this whole area. It's not. This area is this little thing right there. So the airport's going to be right there. Okie dokie. It's because they're so high. That's the problem when you're going over places that are so vast like this. Is that, it's so vast. Like, there's water over there too. So what we're looking at, come on. What we're looking at is we're looking at this entire thing. Like, we're looking all the way back here, all the way up here. We're looking at this entire part of the island. If you look out here, because look at, we're looking all the way back and around. Man, you don't realize how high you are when it's this big. Okay. I don't see the airport yet, but it's in there. Oh god. Turbulence time. Turbulence time. Thanks those of you who are joining us to watch me land. Whew, then one leg after this. And then this bush trip, or this live stream will be this bush trip. And then the next two bush trips, I'm just going to record in the coming days, and so look for those. One is 3.5 hours, the other is 5.5 hours. So expect it to take 4 hours and 7 hours for me. But I'm also keeping on up on the Forza Horizon 5 playlist for a while, so I'm going to be having to figure that in there. And my yoke is going to stay on now, yeah. Okay. As we come down, we are at 9,000 feet. So we have to come down basically to sea level. If you want to get the exact elevation of an airplane, whoops, you can bring up the VFR map and you can click on your destination and it'll give you elevation of 14 feet. So that's cool. What is it looking like though? Okay, so we're going to come out over the water and land. Holy moly. I still don't see it. Oh, gall. This turbulence is ridiculous. Let's nose up, trim a little bit, just a little though. Whew, good grief. Jeez, this is really difficult. Oh, that's okay though, it's fine, I love it, right? If I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. And it's been a couple months, like I said before, since I've flown, because I did the Spirit of St. Louis thing, crashed it, was totally deflated. I did do a bunch of practice landings and still couldn't land it. I did the same amount of fuel that we would have landing in the mission, and it's just too heavy. I couldn't figure it out, so I just said whatever. So then I did that airmail route right after, and even though that just went live a couple days ago, I did that several months ago. So it's been a couple months since I've flown. So it's nice to be flying for you all today and live to boot. I'm not seeing where we want to go. Am I all screwed up? I don't really want to use this view to cheat. Yeah, no, we're in the right spot. Look, we still have to go this way to converge, and then, yeah, no, we're right. There's an airplane there, yeah. See that airplane? They just took off or something. Yeah, I think we're going right here. So, never mind. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Oh, come on. Yeah, turbulence. Stop it. Stop the turbulence. You're making me dizzy. Alrighty, let's see. Looking outside. Beautiful. Blow the train. Oh, how much I love when we blow the train. And we can now turn off the HUD and bush strip, so we just have to look at it while we do a circle around here. Jeez. There's that airplane that took off. So we know in the right spot. I think that's the runway. I think we're looking down the runway right there, see? So there we go. We know where we are now. We're looking down the runway. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's do gear down. If we're not going too fast. Let's slow down first. I didn't realize we were going so fast. Come on. There we go. Gotta click on the volume. I couldn't hear anything. Jeez, that was weird. Alrighty, that was very loud. Sorry. Maybe I should use No, I stopped using headphones because they give me migraines with the pressure on my ears. So that's why I don't use headphones when I do any recordings. I have to keep my personal volume way down. Anywho, let's not have to go around this time. So let's keep our altitude in check. Keep our speed in check. And there's end of the runway right there. I see it flashing. So let's get over here to line up. And then we'll start deploying flaps. And hopefully have a smoother approach. And just as good of a landing as last time. Because that was very nice. Let me get back to my application here. Barometer's fine. Gyro drift. Ooh, a little bit of gyro drift. Corrected that with the D key. And let's go up here so you can see our runway. There it is. There's an airplane taking off or landing. Can't tell, but something's going on there. Oh, they're taking off and they're coming right at us. So they're all using the opposite runway. We're going to use this one because in bush trips there's no actual weather to worry about except the Patagonia one. So that airplane is coming right at us, right here, but he's going to be above us in just a moment. So we should be good. All right, let me trim down because I'm fighting this yoke pretty hard. Or nose up, I should say. There we go. We leave a little bit. No, we need more. There we go. That's not what I meant to happen. Whatever. Still trim. Trim, trim, trimmy, trim. Trimmy, trim, 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 trim. Now we're probably too low. Last time we were way too high. Now we're going to be too low. Let's start getting flaps down. Gears are already down. Let's stay at this altitude until we know we've made the runway. A little bit of throttle. Come on. Oh, not that much throttle. Holy guacamole. Not that much throttle. Look out the window for a final time, because if you look out too much later, we'll screw up. I need more flaps because we're stalling. I can hear that we're stalling, and this plane, it makes a weird sound, and then it dips to the left, and then you're screwed. And why did it give me full flaps, and all I do is tap it? Whatever, we'll do full flaps. Oh, and I got to trim the other way. Oh, go! Why did it deploy all the flaps at once? Okay, back in control. Back in control of the aircraft. No, we're not. Although we know with half flap, we took off at 68 miles per hour, because this isn't miles per hour in this plane. So we probably won't stall until we hit like 45 or less with full flap. So we're good. It's just going to be nice and slow. Slow and steady. Makes turtle impatient. We look at it from the outside. Looking good. There's our runway. Okay. Getting kind of sore from sitting for so long. Hour and 19 minutes so far. We have one leg to go. That'll be our live stream for the day. And it's getting all goofy because it's probably a handcrafted airport. It should load in just fine. And a second here, then I'll smooth out. Looks like the live stream is perfectly smooth at 1440p because of my amazing new fiber. Can't wait to upload videos with the new fiber. It's going to take seconds instead of an hour. Whatever. Come on. Okay. Hopefully when it gets smooth over the water, it stays smooth when we come into land. That will be nice. I don't want to have it smooth and then hit turbulence right before we land. It should be smooth because we'll be close to the ground. Speed is good, altitude is good, attitude is good. Now it's just being patient as we scurry across at 89 miles per hour. Airspeed, that is. Beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, check out that city. That's beautiful too. There's a funny story. I was on a date before I met my wife. When I was younger. It was an eHarmony date. Don't laugh, that's before it was a thing, but I tried it. She was the only normal person on eHarmony. I went on 12 dates and they're all scary, but one was normal. She was just in a field that there were no men, it was all women. So anyway, she was normal, and she was saying she was on a date, and they're driving by the skyline, and she said, "Oh, that's so beautiful." And then her date said, "Not as beautiful as you." And she's like, "You're such a dork." And I'm like, I would have said the same thing because it would have been true. And then with my wife, I always say, "Not as beautiful as you." I mean, I think that's a normal thing to say to somebody, right? So you're like, "Oh, look at that sunset, it's beautiful." "Not as beautiful as you." It's at the point now that if I don't say it, she gets mad because she's used to it and expecting it. Anywho, let's land an airplane. Oh, gall, here we go. It's getting all wonky on us. Let's get a little bit more speed going. Even though I know we're not near stalling because we had half the flap and took off at 68 miles per hour. We're at 82, so we're good. Gear down, flap down, confirming everything. Trim is decent enough. 2 and 2 on the PAPI, so we're good. Come down at 500 feet per minute or so. That's the default if you don't know the actual descent rate of an airport. Just use 500 feet per minute. In the sim anyway, don't do that in real life. Oh, we're getting kind of high, we're getting wobbly. Put the lines in the middle between your legs, and then because of perspective, that's actually the middle of the airplane. So that's how you do that, and that's basically every airplane. Just put the lines between your legs and you know you'll be good. We're getting kind of fast, we're getting kind of high, so let's just get down here and ignore that the rendering looks disgusting. I don't understand what's going on sometimes. Yuck, it says we're too high, but I'm afraid I'm going to hit the lights. Okay, we're about to stall, which is fine. Here we go, boy, here we go. Let's just land. Ugh, gross. This is grosser than the last approach. Oh my gosh, this might not be good. What's going on? Oh, gall. Oh, okay. Okay, that wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. My rudders aren't working at all? Are my rudders not working? Yeah, they are. I just don't understand. Okay, that was weird. That was gross, but you know what? It worked. I'm not gonna complain. I never said I was a GC3 expert. I just said, oh, well, hello to you too. That better not register as a crash in the sim. It might, but doesn't matter because there we go. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, but we'll take it. I'm gonna have a little bit of soda here, and then we'll keep going. All right. Whew. Thank you for whoever's been watching this entire time. I greatly appreciate it. No one's chatting, so I don't know who you are, but thank you very much. Let's keep going. Final leg. We talked about the ultimate, penultimate. Oh boy. That better not register as a crash if I touch them. I don't know how that works when you're in like a everything is turned on setting. Anyway, ultimate, penultimate, anti-penultimate, pre-anti-penultimate. This is the ultimate, which means last. All right, Whiskey November. Do 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 do. We don't really have any high mountains or anything. But that is a long flight. Well, 25 minutes. Really? Only 25 minutes. Ooh. And then we get to land on the water. Why isn't that log scrolling to? Okay. Shouldn't be too tough. Just patience and, you know, all that stuff. So here we go. Let's read about it and see if this dude... Actually, let's move out of this guy's way. And then perhaps they will, parking brake, please. And then perhaps they'll do what they're trying to do and get out of here, because... Oh, it is going to ghost them. Okay. I thought maybe it would register as a crash. Now they just totally despawned, I think. Or maybe they'll come back in once we pass them. Yep. Well, let's move out of their way and see what they're going to do. I'm glad they ghosted them. Because you never know. Okay, flaps all the way down. We do not want that. Let's back taxi and get ready, and then we'll read about what we're doing here. We have to back taxi this way anyway. And then we'll reset the flaps to a quarter. Actually, let's reset barometer and gyro drift. Let's get some flaps in. Like one more. There we go. Quarter flap, that should be fine. I don't think you're really supposed to take off the flaps at all on this, but I do. After that first leg. Alright, come on, let's turn around. Turn around. Slow down, because we're going pretty fast. That or they're playing leave. No, I was hoping they'd like taxi and take off if we got out of their way, but they're not. So we'll have to see what their plan is. If they have a plan, they might not have a plan. Alright, here we go. See, normally edit all this stuff out, but because we're live, we can't edit it out. Which is okay, it's just normally we're live. Alright, all the way around. All the way around. We go, turning around. Whoa! Look at the scenery though off the nose. That's beautiful. Okay, so I don't know if that plane is gonna take off or taxi or what. I know that we'll clear them, so that's not a problem. Okay, let's read about what's going on here. First, let's read about a bunch of things at once. Boulder Bank, after lifting off, track the coastline to the city of Boulder Bank, an 8-mile stretch of rocky beach. That should be pretty easy to spot. And then Pepin Island, continue to the northeast and flatward. Pepin Island, which lies Stewart Hill. So there's a big hill, Pepin Island. Okay. From there, fly over Wangamoa, which lies just to the south of the rivers. Okay. And then there's a bay, continue to an east-southeast course. And there's a stream flows into the bay, which is a component of the sound. Fly over the bay. Now, these are supposed to collapse and stay collapsed if you leave, but they broke that a long time ago, and now they don't stay collapsed unless you minimize it, but then it gets in your way. Okay, so we'll fly to Waikawa Bay, and then we'll read after that. So, Queen Charlotte Sound. Flyover north. Yep. Okay. Cool. Small stretch on. Okay. So we'll go to here, and then we'll read more. At least I'll try to figure out where that is. And then, yeah, that's before crossing over land, right? Oh, wrong one. So we'll fly up here. Yep. See, there's the sound in the bay, and then we'll turn. Bam. Then we get over the land. Then we'll start reading again, and we'll climb pretty high. Oh, gotta get comfortable. Sorry. Okay. We'll climb pretty high just to get rid of turbulence. And what is our trim set at? Oh, golly. It's set at like way down. Let's see. That's, whoop. We want to go nose down. And that's all the way up. Gall. A little more. I'd rather have it too far down than too far up in this plane, to be honest. So we'll go to the top of the takeoff zone. All right. Oh, there's a bunch of you watching now. A bunch of people just joined. Thank you very much. Welcome. We're doing the final leg of the New Zealand historic flight bush trip. We've been going at this for an hour and a half. We're going to do the final leg. Flap set to a quarter. Parking brake is off. Barometer set. Gyro drift has been checked out. And our first landing, first approach was terrible. Landing was really good, considering. Second approach was okay, but the landing was bad. So we have a third chance here. I'm not an expert of this plane by any means, but I do enjoy flying it. And it's not that bad to land. Starting up is complicated though for cold and dark, but you're like, whoa, gear coming in, and why did that come up? And flaps coming in. Alright, we need to make a U-turn. We'll fly over the coast, but like before, we'll do a U-turn over land so you can see stuff. Those of you who weren't here for the beginning, we actually crashed taking off the first time because trim wasn't set. I talked about the trim and then we crashed right on our first takeoff. But it's been smooth ever since. We're going to climb to about 10,000 feet so that we don't have much turbulence over the mountains. But we are going to go across land for this final leg. And let's nose down to get a little bit more speed, right? Flaps are in, gears in. We're going to fly right along this coast, just like this. And then we'll go over a few bays and a few cities, and then, whoa, let's not stall. And then we will what? Then we'll head over land. All right. Whew, I'm getting tired. Let's see here. Oh, come on. We need to climb. Why are we not climbing very well? Let's see. Mixture is good. Our conditioners are good. They call it mixture. Everything is good, so I don't know why we're not climbing very well here. We climbed really well before. Gears up, flaps are up. What's going on? So just taking this long to get going here. My trim is all screwed up. Nose up, please. Jeez. That's the caveat with this thing, is the trim. There we go. That's better. Goes up a little bit more. Okay, can I relax yet? Once I get the trim set, then we can relax. Anyway, over the sound, I think we're going along these mountains too. That square water is that square water. This mountain is this mountain, yes. This landmass, that's where we're going to turn right. Again, it's so vast, it looks really far away on the map, but it's actually not that far away at all. Or, no. It looks far away on the map, because it is. It doesn't look far away in real life. Is that what I'm trying to say? I don't know. That's something. Let's stop this craziness. What the heck here? I'm still fighting with this trim. Come on. Please cooperate, trim, so our life is a little easier. Come on. I'm trimming down and watching our speed. See, that's our stall sound. You know, you're going to stall and makes that awful sound. And it dips to the left like it's supposed to. Interesting. How much do I need to trim down here? There we go, it's better. Oh, golly. Now it's really working. Not that much. Oh, I can't even pull up. There you go. Oh, golly. Oh, boy. Stop it. Stop giving me problems, trim. Come on. If I had my hand on in real life, it'd probably be way easier. Again, the trim wheel on my yoke doesn't do much good in this airplane. Like, there's 11%. It's not even 9. Okay, see, it's barely changing. 7%. 6. So it works. Just takes a lot to do anything with it. So you really need to use this trim wheel to get started, get in the ballpark, and you can fine tune with the yoke or something. But we need to be climbing, please. Climb, 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 and there's our little hill mountain thing that we're going to make our turn in just a moment. Keep it right up over those mountains. So we really got to get climbing, please. Thank you. 2,000 feet per minute. Can we do even more? Can we get more out of that? We've got enough speed. Sound. And this mountain thing is where we're turning. my voice a little bit. We'll start our turn in just a moment. And what was the degree? 75 degrees. I think. Oops, wrong one. Pretty sure 75 degrees here. There we go. You can see the island nicely. The mountains are going to cross. We're going to cross all of this. There's water over here, and then there's a little bit more than we're going to land. That's where we're headed. There. And those of you watching this after the fact, if you subscribe, you'll know when I drop the videos of the next 2 bush trips to New Zealand. And if you like it, then other people know we exist. That's how that works. If you don't mind doing those things, that'd be fantastic. Whoa. So pretty. What did I say? 75 degrees. We went past that. Whoops. Oh boy, we're gonna stall again here? No. Good climb rate though. I'm still gonna climb. What are we at? 8,000 feet? Still want to climb because of turbulence. Oh boy. Bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. Alright, more people joining during my little break of talking, but my voice is getting tired, and I'm getting really tired. Less on overspeed. I'm getting really tired. So, I'm not talking as much as we fly our final leg of the bush trip, doing it all at once. Almost an hour and a half. It's going to be about 2 hours for us, but still really, really tiring. That was actually my plan, my secret plan was after this live stream, I was going to go all day and record the next 2 bush trips until bedtime, but I'm too tired after this. I'm going to have to like go play piano or something until I pick up my kids from school. Yeah, this is, it's a lot to narrate while you fly. It's one thing just to fly, but it's even more to narrate while you fly. It can be done. In fact, I'm expecting any minute during any of these 3 bush trips, I'm expecting my achievement to pop up that I've hit 500 hours in the sim. Of course, I've had way more than that, but those of you who are with the sim from the beginning know that. Some of us lost our hours when they reset the navlog bug or whatever. They said there wasn't a bug, so like, fine, we'll make this change, but there still wasn't a bug. And there was a bug, and when they made the change, a lot of us lost our hours. So I should be close in total to like 800 or 900 hours, but it really says I'm coming up on 500. I'm not complaining, but when I do get my achievement, it'll be nice because I should have gotten a long time ago. In fact, to make up for it, I was thinking of just taking a Cessna with unlimited fuel on autopilot and just flying, just let it fly for like a week without me interacting with it, just to make up the hours that I lost and get the achievements. But yeah, those are only 2 achievements I don't have, are the $500,000 one because of the bug. But they should register soon. Okay, we're bouncing all over the place because of turbulence, which is fine. It's at 10,400 feet. Yep, it is. Good speed, good everything, just bouncing around. We're about ready to read our next waypoint here in a moment. Those who are joining us. thank you. There have been some follies. When we took off in the very, very beginning, we crashed because the trim wasn't set. We stalled and crashed. And then we've had some very interesting approaches and landings, but we've been able to make it thus far. Oh, trim, trim, trim. Let's stay out of the whatchamacallit here. Out of the mountains. Alright, let's read about the next thing. We made our turn. Hokitika Bay, is that what we just flew, I think. Maintaining course, fly over land again. Yep, that's what we're doing right now. So these mountains are all about 2,000 feet above sea level. Some are higher. That's fine. We're at 11,000 feet now. Red rocks, continue on course, flying over the Cook Strait, so we can go over water we see in front of us. Nearing the coast of the Wellington area to gain a visual on Tekapau Hill, 1,500 feet above sea level. Just to the south lies Devil's Gate, a rugged beach. Head that overlooks in the Cook Strait. Red rocks, an ancient volcanic formation with deep crimson hue lies just to the east of Devil's Gate. And then we'll look for the airport, bringing this recreation of New Zealand's first air to a close. Long, long runway. So we'll touch down here, land right there. Probably. And let me get a visual though of where it's situated. Oh yeah, between the bodies of water. Okay, cool. So where's it on the map though? Got here on the map. It's okay, we gotta cross all this. So there's water up here we gotta cross. I don't understand how this only is a 25-minute flight. That doesn't seem possible to me. But whatever. So yeah, we're going to cross all this water, and then we'll see an airport on the left. Up here, you can kind of see it rendering in. Maybe it's not that far away. It sure feels like it, and the turbulence is getting whack again. Just whack. Beautiful, though. Look at all those mountains. See, there's a mainland up there, so I guess it's not that far away. It looks far away, but it isn't. Alright, let's fly an airplane, because for some reason we're nosediving. Jeez. I like this plane. I'm probably only really going to fly it when we're doing it for bush trips and things, but I like it. It's not as scary and hard as you would think. It's obviously not the DC-3 quality that they had in X-Plane, that super high-end payware version. I can't remember which one it was, but sure, this is a little easier to fly than that. You still gotta be careful. Not as easy as a Cessna, but it's not as hard as a jet. Actually, maybe it's more difficult than some jets, but anywho, I'm gonna rest my voice again, so people who join are gonna hear silence, which isn't good for keeping people around, but I'm getting really tired. My voice is hurting quite a bit. But I'll still be here. I'm not gonna like mute me or anything. Whoa, turbulence, more turbulence. Look, there's like a boat down there with this wake. That is really cool. I can't remember if that's something that the flight simulator added or if that's just caught in the satellite imagery. It's probably caught in the satellite imagery, although I thought they were going to add that. I can't remember. I really can't remember. So beautiful. Whoa. Camera, please. Here we go. Let's look around a little bit here. I think we gotta switch over to plane view. So we can fly and then back to camera, look around. Airplane view. Camera to look around. Oh, the mountains are over there too. And see what's going on here. We're going really fast. Coming up on 14,000 feet, which you don't need to be We're still climbing. I just have to bring back power because I don't want to go faster than this, but I don't want to climb either. So if I settle this down so we don't climb, we're going to gain speed. And that's okay. Alright, so we have to go over this water, and then we'll see our landing place. Yeah, so it is far away. I'm curious to see how long they'll say this leg took. It's supposed to be 25 minutes, but it's going to go way longer than that. Yeah, we gotta go over this water, go over this water, and then that water, and then we should be landing up there. Excuse me. I cannot edit out when I clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Whoa, turbulence. It's so funny, I'm so used to Forza and having to instantly react to things. That when we get turbulence, I instantly react. It's kind of funny. Kind of funny. So calm and peaceful. Or is it? Or is it? Oh, changing position. I normally don't sit like this, so I gotta move everything around. Ooh, a little bit dizzy. Yeah, here's some story time for you. Ooh, a stretch. I know a lot of you actually watch me for story time. I don't know how many of those viewers are going to be watching a complete live stream after the fact, but what was I going to say? Oh yeah, this weekend I fainted 4 times. I have a heart condition, which means things get screwed up because the blood flow is not the way it's supposed to be, and we're still climbing. And I was at my friend's house watching some trashy TV because it was just fun to see her. And I fainted on her couch. I was already sitting down. And then I lied down and fainted again. And then later I fainted again. And I wasn't able to drive home, so I was stuck at her house for 4 hours. Neither of us minded. We get along super well. And I got home just in time before I got dizzy. And then the next day, well, then, because my wife's in Mexico, I had her friend, her friend is my friend too, but I had her come by. Just so there's an adult with me, with the kids. I fainted. I brought her home, almost fainted. I stayed there for a couple hours, which is fine. But then I had to get home in the short window to get home in time. And I felt crappy the next day. And finally today, 4 days later, I'm back to my normal, but I do get dizzy sometimes, which I just did. So I'm only driving the kids to and from school. I'm not doing any other driving. I do have some errands to run today, but I can't. I do not want to pester everybody to run the errands for me. If I get super desperate, I can ask some people maybe, or take an Uber, but I'll just wait until I feel better. There we go. There's your quick story time. And we're finally just, oh gosh, our speed is really whack though. Let's bring back throttle so we don't overspeed. Oh, that's close. I'm getting really tired here, so I'm enjoying this, but I really do need to land and go lie down. I'm really fatigued from this. Again, it's all part of the hard stuff. So anyway, like yesterday, I had the day off. I think I played Forza for 5 hours. Dropped the kids out from school. Played Forza for like 5 hours, and then worked on a secret project, and then picked the kids up. So that was fine, but this live stream thing is, or it's just the day, I'm getting kind of fatigued. So. Anywho, we'll keep our altitude for now. I'm just trying to slow down a little bit so we don't overspeed, and then pretty soon we should see our destination. So we got these ridges here. What are we looking at? Yeah, so this bump and that bump. So there's, oh no, we're right here. Oh, okay, it isn't that far. I was thinking we had to go past these, but no. See this big bay? That's that big bay. So our airport is right here. See between the two. I see the runway. Okay, well, let's swing out. Okay, that came up very quickly. I guess talking made things go quickly for me too. So let's start coming down because it's basically at sea level, and we're at almost, what was that? Almost 14,000 feet. Oh, but my kid went to the kid didn't go to art, so I got a message. He had something else he goes to, but they still mark him absent. You'd think they would know by now, whatever. So I'm gonna get a robocall, says, please call us back, your kid skipped class. No, he doesn't, he goes to that thing every day, or every week, or, yeah. So why would I call him? Anyway. I see the runway. Let's bring back throttles. We'll bring back throttles to descend, but then we'll nose up so we slow down also. Or else we'll just point down and keep gaining speed. Very, very long runway in Wellington. And then, yep. And then there'll be the North Island bush strip and then the South Island bush strip. I'll be making those videos soon. My plan was to make them both today, but that's not going to happen. But it wouldn't matter anyway because I wouldn't release them all at the same time. But look for those soon, so make sure you subscribe so you know when those bush strips go live. Make sure you leave likes so that people know we exist. And, we'll bring this live stream to a close right after we land here, but we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. It's still going to be 15 minutes, probably 20 minutes. Alright, why are we pointing up? I have our eye on the prize. I'm way out here because we're so high. We gotta lose a lot of altitude. 11,000 feet. Coming down very steeply. Let's see how dramatic that looks. Wow. Oh yeah, 5,000 feet per minute. I don't know if, see, that's the problem. It's not overspeed. So what happens in this plane is you bring back throttles and it drops you, which is fine, but then you gain a lot of speed. Oh boy, let's not. I'm trimming back to slow down, not to point in the sky, see? So remember, you're supposed to use your attitude for speed, right? And by trimming back, it attitudes up, which is slow us down, but instead it points us up so we gain altitude. So throttles for altitude, attitude for speed. See, now it's just making us point down instead of just slowing down. Oh well, that's okay. It works together anyway, right? Like, of course, you can bring back throttles to slow down, even though it descends. Bring back throttles and keep your attitude the same, you'll slow down, not descend. So it works together. Alright, eye on the prize, eye on the prize. I'm trying to get the exact orientation of the runway. 9,000 feet now. Okay, now my kid went back to art. I'm so good at art. Alright, let's see. It's just between the water and Wellington. Hasn't rendered in yet for some reason. We'll get there. We will get there. What's it look like on the map? Oh, come on. Thank you. Shouldn't be that difficult to spot once it finishes rendering in. Right here, right? The runways touch the water, so it should be right there. Anywho, how are we doing? Speed is a little slow now, but I'll take it. Better than overspeeding. We'll get gear down soon. Descent rate is okay, 8,000 feet. Still looks pretty dramatic. Looking around between the two islands, North Island, South Island. And where are we at? 8,500. Wellington slowly rendering in. Can't believe I'm losing my voice after only 2 hours of talking. Weird. Weird. I used to have a job where for 8 hours straight I would talk. Or 9 hours straight with the lunch. On the phone was good enough. Alright, we can probably churn it a little bit. Keep descending. Alright, let's get some more water going here. Probably hear from the bubbles. That was a huge chug of water. I've been drinking soda all morning and really low on my water. What are we at? 6,000 feet. We'll get down to about 1,500 or so. By the time we get there. I think runway orientation is from here to here. So we're not quite on a base yet. Pretty close though. We got more people joining us just in time for a final landing of the bush trip. There's been some follies, so I recommend you go back and watch the live stream replay. There's one person I used to watch live stream all the time, and he was so snobby, but I liked what he was doing. But then he just got too snobby, I couldn't handle it. And I'd be like, I always look at live stream, and if they don't talk constantly, then I won't watch them. And advice to you people who live stream, make sure you're always talking. I'm like, I kind of disagree. You don't always have to talk. And this was a guy that had like 350,000 subs, and he hasn't gone up in like 7 years. He's been stuck at 350 for like 7 years. And he's so snobby. No one knew he was sticking around. Yeah, he did not do flight sim content. I'm looking at the dirt on the windshield. I'm mesmerized by it. Again, trying to make out the exact runway orientation as Wellington renders in. Yeah. What are we at? 4,300 feet. Everything looking good here. Barometer's good. Oh, gyro drift took care of that. Okie dokie. Oh, we hit a waypoint because it got a save icon. So if something happens, it'll probably bring us back to here. And still trying to figure out orientation. I'm in the right spot, right? Because the runway, yeah, there's this long thing and the runway's down here. Oh, I think it just popped in. It's right here. Bam, there to there. Yeah, I mean, it's been in that spot the whole time, and I knew where it was. I knew where we were, but it just now rendered in. So now I can finally see what we're going for here. They render in close now, or it's been a couple updates, like 15 updates, but to be Xbox compatible, they don't render things in until closer. There is a PC setting, which lets you demand more from the sim than the console does, but it's still not super duper cool because like we're still rendering Wellington and we're really close to Wellington. That's okay. At least we have the runway rendered in. So it's not 90 degrees, it's a little less than 90 degrees off. We got to turn back a little bit, so we're going to give ourselves space for that. So where are we at on altitude? 3,900 feet, 2,900 feet. And our speed's good. I'll get gear down in a moment. Let's do gear now, so don't forget. And keep an eye on the prize. I'm not sitting very comfortably, but this guy haven't stood up in 2 hours. Actually, I've been doing this for 2.5 because of my new ISP. It screwed up. Oh, and I'm using a different card on my computer. Because my NIC flaked out. But anyway, because of those two changes, my OBS wasn't working, and I panicked and had to reset everything. So I've been actually doing this for quite a while today. But yeah, so my NIC had been flaking out a couple months ago, and it was only getting 10 meg or 100 megabits per second maxed out. So it was actually maxing out at 92 down, like 13 up. And then it finally somehow corrected itself, and it was at a gig for a while. So I was getting 800 down, again 13 up because I was on cable. And then we changed ISPs to fiber, USI, and it flaked out again, and then it stopped working, period. So I'm actually using why is it full flap after a tap? You screw me all up. Gears down, flaps totally down now, I guess. So anyway, ooh, golf. So I'm actually using my wireless card in my computer, which I don't like wireless when you don't need to because it's so slow. So I'm getting 240 down and 295 up. And then as soon as I get my NIC in the mail, which is coming tomorrow, I'll throw that in there, and then I'll get 1,000 down, 1,000 up. It's not the 3,000 down, 3,000 up at the old neighborhood. Well, the old neighborhood USI stopped a block away because that was Minneapolis City line. Where I live, they finally got USI in my part of the city. So, but it's only 1,000, which is more than enough. I can stream at 1440. I could stream up, upload at 4K if I wanted to. It's going to take seconds to upload my videos instead of an hour and a half. Right, gear down, flaps down. I'm not sitting in my chair the right way, but I don't care at this point. My bum hurts. All right, here we go. Final touchdown. I'm actually sitting to the right of center, so I'm actually having a hard time lining this up. See how I have the plane right of center? That's because I'm sitting right of center. All right, here we go. Let's stay out of stall. You can hear it's about to stall in the wings. So let's get a little bit more speed, please. Nose down for that. A little bit of throttle so we don't push down in the ground. There we go. Oh crap. I'm like, I need to be on my rudders, and I'm so far from my rudders, can't reach. Okay. Change everything in the chair, would change everything here. You can see it, right? Alrighty, let's come on down. Let's do better than before. This is not super difficult to land, but it's not easy either. So let's just go like this. There we go. Put the line between your legs. That'll be center, just because of perspective. And, oh, there we go. We did not bounce. We just left me right main. Come on. Go. Jesus. Hard. Flaps coming in on the brakes. Ooh, we're not best friends with this plane. We're friends. We're acquaintances, but we're not best friends. And where is my save icon? There we go. Hour and 47 is only supposed to take hour 35, so actually 12 minutes long. That's not bad for me, really. Okay, big stretch. All right, folks, hopefully you enjoyed it. We had the most viewers at the end, perfect timing. So subscribe if you haven't, so you know when the other New Zealand bush trips drop. Like, so all the people know we exist. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for the live stream, everybody, and I will see you next time.